What's up, Leo? This is going to be your January 22 love reading. Feel free to like, share, follow here and on the TikTok and Instagram, Running on Tarot, across all social media. Links below to the website and to the Patreon. Patreon will have part 2 of the January 22 love reading. What else can I say? Reach out for a one-on-one if I didn't say that already. Only $2 a minute. Reduced rates. Exclusive offers on the Patreon, so check that out, as well as subscribing. Again, only $3 a month. The November and December love and money readings are on the Patreon. The exclusive part 2s to that reading are on the Patreon, I should say. The part 1s, which are free on YouTube. Again, love and money for all the signs, November, December. Feel free to check those out. You might have to go through the back catalog, but I feel as though those readings will still resonate. And they are worth watching. Spirit, let's get something for Leo. Love. January 22. If you are not a Leo, if you are a cross watcher, feel free to look at this reading through the lens of the 5th house, which Leo rules over. This is childlike spirit, expression, drama, creativity, relaxation, fun, play. So we're looking at love through that energy, which thank the Lord, because we need that. Leo, ruled by the sun, lights up our happy, playful, childlike spirit and nature as we look through love through that lens. If you're a Leo, feel free to look at love through that lens as well. Let's see. That's why I advise all the signs to watch all the signs readings, because we literally have all the powers of all the signs, 1 through 12. It's just obviously different kind of variations and different levels of being tapped into them, different specialties. Okay, so we got the Page of Cups here. This is an exuberant, creative energy, fun, creative starts. There is a heaviness to this energy in regards to kind of spiritual practices, but that's like daily, kind of like brushing your teeth. You know, this is like spiritual hygiene, is what the Page of Cups speaks to. Making sure that you are listening to your higher self, to your guides, to your dreams, all that stuff. Okay. Or at least giving value to it, okay? Because that essentially allows you to have fun. It allows you to have the bandwidth and the capacity to have fun and be creative and to see and know this journey as, you know, it's for the sake of, you know, in and of itself. It's like trying to explain laughter. Like it's a whole thing. It's an experience, you know, that you want to be a part of. Or trying to explain Christmas, you know, so... Anything else? Spirit for Leo. Okay, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is an energy of internalizing. One of the tag phrases that I use for this is not a good time to start something new. Okay, on the back of Venus in retrograde in Capricorn. So retrograde, we enter on the 19th. Right now we've been in the shadow period, I believe, for about a month now. Don't quote me on that. Maybe a week leaving November is when we went to the shadow period. But this is more so kind of really getting to the source of your action. The charcoal cubes and rocks of your passion. What do they call them? Bricks? Are they charcoal bricks? The coals? The source and the fuel of your passion, the coals. This is before the kind of ignition of it. This is like the quiet before the storm, is what I'm getting. But it's like this is the bandwidth and the capacity that you need for these kind of expansive, creative, playful expressions of love, is what I'm seeing here. Leo. So So you could feel as though there's a standstill in love, or maybe a dead zone or a dead space. But again, this is the kind of blank canvas that's needed. We got the death card in reverse. We spoke to a dead zone. In the reverse, this is rebirth, like the phoenix from the ashes. So we had the charcoal iconography, ashes, it's related. So very on point. And it's from this kind of point zero, this 0 point, this ground zero that, we come from. But you have to kind of remember who you are and where you come from, So this is what I'm seeing here. Very cool, very cool. It's almost as if you're kind of like reading the rules of engagement. It's like learning the rules of like Little League before you like get to play or something like that. Or maybe if you're a Little League parent, shouting at the kids. Okay, that might be an interesting metaphor because the Little League parent shouting at the kids, they're burning themselves out. This could be a essence of not having to work as hard. I know I'm kind of guilty of that. I post daily on TikTok and Instagram, so it depends. It depends on what your levels are and genuinely what you really vibe with, and chances are, if you're, not to limit this reading to people of a certain age, but chances are after this past year or two, you've really there's been a reduction of what's really kind of most important to you. And so this could be a labor of love, really. Something that you feel that you're meant to do. But I do think the metaphor of like a parent, looking through the Little League, cage and yelling at their kids, dogged, maybe that boosts, their kids' chances of winning. But overall, what is that feeding? What vision and what dream is that feeding? 5 of Swords in the reverse here. This is speaking to, or maybe you feel like you have to kind of hound someone, and maybe that kind of took the life out of you here. Maybe someone left you kind of, really kind of let down, is what I'm getting to, possibly, Leo. The 5 of Swords in reverse here. This is maintaining a bridge to the past, not necessarily burning bridges to light the way. Almost kind of waiting and hoping, but not wanting to fall into this kind of waiting and hoping. This person is looking at the 5 of Swords in reverse, that bridge to the past, making amends, not putting yourself in a position of waiting and hoping. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at this art cover for this other tarot deck that I have. It's the David Bowie Tarot by David DeAngelis. I believe it's the Sun card here. It's very interesting looking. I was noticing it. But in any event, it kind of speaks to this great Phoenix Rising type energy, actually, that I'm referring to. The Sun card from the David DeAngelis David Bowie deck. It's this huge kind of like plume of fire and chaotic. It's like this Kundalini rising. It's like a crowning of the serpent type energy. And that's really what the death card is in the reverse. It's when the serpent transmutes and transmorgifies, if that's a word, to transforms from the serpent to the phoenix, the serpent to the eagle. That's what it's in reference to. So this is a huge transformation energy. This is a huge transformation energy here. Something that left you kind of colorless, like we referenced the soot of the charcoal. Okay. Lifeless until it's repurposed. And it's almost like as if, when you are reborn and you are reaching this kind of phoenix from the ashes type energy, then it's like, what use do you need now from the past? Something that left you dead. In a weird silver lining way, it allowed you to kind of be reborn, but Leo energy showing up, 5 in the reverse again. You got 2 5s in the reverse here. This is coming out of conflict here. This offsets with the 9 of Wands in the upright. That leaves us with the 4 of Wands in the upright. This is wedding, engagements, public celebrations. And then offset again with Ace of Wands in reverse. That's the 3 of Wands in the upright. Your ship's coming in, traveling to new horizons. Okay. Very interesting. Anything else, Spirit, for Leo? And then we could jump over to the Patreon reading for part 2. Anything else, Spirit, for Leo? January. Okay, you want to maintain your exuberance might be low with the Page of Wands in the reverse. It could be that you're not seeing the externalities there, but I did get a sense that there was going to be another wand in the reverse coming out, and sure enough it did with the Page of Wands in reverse. So now doing the tarot math, we have 7 in reverse, offsetting the 9 in the upright. That leaves us with the 2 in the upright. Okay, this is more of that kind of world is your oyster. So it's like that rocket trajectory, Where are you going to land? Because also the Page of Wands in reverse is needing of a direction. Okay, this could be travel, or could just be the trajectory of where all of this day in and day out is leading to for you, Leo. But 2 Wands in the upright is the world is your oyster. Big vision, okay? Working that big vision. Okay. And it could be working to the point of being able to go anywhere you want, relocate, lead the lifestyle that you want, something of this nature. It could be working to the point of being able to feel like you have the secured resources and all your affairs are in order to be able to cut ties with where you're at now, Leo, especially in regards to love, if you are thinking about relocating for love. But I did get this vision of there's going to be a blast off with that Phoenix rising. It has to land somewhere, I would think. Maybe in its nest, its home nest, maybe going back home. If you don't live in your hometown or home state. Or it could just be, again, we've had a lot of energy of shooting for the stars. Shooting for the stars. Dreaming as big as possible, Leo. That's what I'm getting. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? 7 of Cups, yeah. Shooting for the stars, you land on the clouds. Booyah. And that plume there. A feather plume on her head. Says she knows exactly what we're talking about. 7 of Cups in the upright is options. Okay? Fantasies, illusions, Jupiter and Pisces on the 28th. Don't sleep on that, because everything that you've been wishing and dreaming and praying for, the house, the mansion, the wife, the significant other, the state of affairs of your finances. You'd be surprised. Big baby, big daddy Jupiter moves into Pisces. Expansion, luck, abundance. Pisces is bringing dreams to reality, but at a level where like a rising tide raises all ships, and making that your standard is what I'm getting here. Okay, so you can't be knocked off the hinges, because I was getting more so that, you know, this was something that was like occurred to you, like a pulling out of the rug, or someone doused you. Okay, they threw like a fire blanket on you or something, Leo. All right, so feel free to reach out for a one-on-one for more clarity. If you have personal questions or something of that nature, we could do a reading however you feel most comfortable with. Let's jump over to the part 2, because I'm excited. I think we got the ball rolling, full steam ahead. Patreon link below to subscribe. It's well worth it. You're voting with your dollar. You're raising the vibe of the tribe. And you are allowing and enabling a beautiful world with awesome light and love content such as this to continue. Holler at your boy, part 2, and the Patreon link below. Leo, love, January 22. Peace.